What's up everybody, I'm TheJoshElkin and today I'm making a crispy tofu rice bowl. And what else? Well, in case you want to eat that on the go, a crispy tofu rice burrito. Let's get on with the recipes.
I don't often create non-meat recipes, but when I do, it's something as delicious as a crispy tofu bowl. And a crispy tofu burrito? Yeah, stick around to the end to see that. Either way, when making anything tofu, the first step is to juice the tofu. Yes, tofu has juice. It's called water, and tofu is made from soy, so effectively, this is soy water. What I'm trying to say is the reason I'm putting a book on top of this tofu is to squeeze out any excess moisture. The less moisture in the tofu means the tofu is going to be extra crispy. To accompany the crispy tofu and the rice, I'm sauteing some bok choy. Now, the rule of thumb with bok choy is to separate the light green and the dark green. Dark green is the leafy part. The light green is the more fibrous, kind of celery-like texture. It lasts a lot longer and holds up in the heat. So I'm going to saute the light green with a little bit of sesame oil, some vegetable oil, as well as some garlic and some ginger. Only after the light part is sauteed and soft is when I add the bottom parts of the green onions. I'm going to zhuzh it up a little bit, and now is the perfect time to add the leafy green part of the bok choy. You see, the reason I add it afterwards is that it's going to wilt down almost to nothing. So you don't want to cook it too long because then it'll end up nothing. And with nothing in the pan, this sauce will attach itself to nothing. So make sure you don't overcook the green parts of the bok choy. The sauteed bok choy is good to go. I'm going to set it aside and wipe the pan clean. Then I'm going to add a thin layer of vegetable oil to the bottom and heat it on medium high. This is going to be for frying the tofu. And speaking of the flattened out, de-juiced tofu, I'm going to cut it up into manageable cubes, maybe about 2 inches thick. And because we made that sauce at the beginning, I'm not going to season this too heavy. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and for added crispiness, I'm going to toss all these tofu cubes in some cornstarch. The cornstarch adds the crispiness, but the key thing here is to make sure you fry these cubes on every side. It's going to lock in that crispiness, and it's going to be great when tossed in that sauce. Speaking of this sauce and this white liquid that I'm adding to it, this is a cornstarch slurry. It's a little bit of water mixed with a little bit of cornstarch added to the sauce. When introduced with some heat, it's going to create a stickier and unctuous sauce, which is going to be awesome when tossed with the tofu. And as you can see, the consistency lends itself great to coating all these squares. And that's the reason why we fry it. You don't want the sauce to penetrate the tofu. You want it to sort of live on the outside of that crispy wall. And as you can see, I have some day-old rice, which is my favorite type of rice, and I'm adding some black sesame seeds to provide a little bit of texture, but also a little bit of subtle sesame flavor. On top of the rice goes the sauteed bok choy, and on top of the bok choy goes the fried up tofu pieces. Little garnish with green onions, and there you have it, a delicious crispy tofu rice bowl. But what else? Obviously, I'm going to make a burrito out of this, but not just any burrito. A crispy tofu rice bowl burrito doesn't get made in a tortilla, no. It gets made in some nori. Actually, 4 fused together sheets of nori.
Whoa. All right. Sesame seeds inside the rice. Then we got ginger, garlic, a homemade sauce, sauteed bok choy. On top of that, some crispy tofu with more of that special sauce. And all of this is vegetarian. And all of this is super delicious. If you have some nori laying around, aka sushi wrappers, why not make this a burrito? Crispy tofu bok choy rice burrito. If you want to learn how to make this, check out the link in the description down below and hit up recipechampions.com every week for a brand new recipe. Bye.